Hello, welcome to the breaking news.
On a bit of RiderCamTV merch.
That does look very good.
I do like this t-shirt. There's loads on the website if you haven't.
Yeah, head over and get yours. So what are we talking about today, Mark?
We're going to talk about camels.
Toe? No, surely not.
Ooh, Calimoto.
Yes,
What is Calimoto, mate?
Well, Calimoto is an online way of being able to navigate your way around. So the best description of it, I guess, is an online way to be able to plan your stuff with an accompanying app that syncs seamlessly, so you can plan your rides, plan your routes.
So it's an app that you can put rides into, you can plan rides from, and it's on your phone, and you can sync it through your computer, and it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's really good. So it's really intuitive. So shall we have a look at the online bit?
You better add.
Yeah? So,
You're just looking at the back of a computer, so it's amazing here. Amazing.
and it's brilliant.
Stuff's going on here you wouldn't believe.
Right, so we have come across to our, I guess you could call it app, but you log into it with any internet browser, so Chrome, Safari, Firefox, all the ones that nobody in the world uses, but you should be able to get into them with everything. So you log in, and this is the first thing that you're hit with. So you are taken to Calimoto screen. So up along the top you've got trip planner, rides, Caliblog, I nearly said Cabilog, but Caliblog, help and information, bits about your account and what country you're in. But the interesting thing is here, the open street map, isn't it, Mark?
It is.
So we are going to look at setting up a trip here. So you're off to Austria, aren't you?
I am.
And the very next part of this video will be Mark being in Austria, looking on his phone of the trip that we've put in on here.
Amazing.
Just to see how it works. So the really good thing about Calimoto is that you can set different stuff. So there's different things you can do on the phone than you can do on the web browser. So on the web browser you can see all of your rides by clicking My Rides, and if you're going to come on the RiderCam ride out, this might come out after actually, so if you either are going to come or you are coming to the
or have been on
the ride out, this is the ride out that we put in there. And now it's worked.
No, it's already there, isn't it?
Yeah. So clicked on that one and it shows up all of your waypoints that have been put in. Now the really good thing, and we'll show you on the ride out route, and then we'll show you how to import a GPX file for the Austria trip, but you can zoom in and you can zoom out. On a Mac you can use you can zoom in and you can zoom out. On a Mac you can use
do you need me to bandage you put your hand in mittens or something?
I know, I've got
that,
fingers like sausages. So what it does do is enable you to look at your map and your route, and you can zoom right in, and then as you zoom in these little bubbles appear, and these little bubbles are tourist attractions or where somebody's taken a picture, so you can actually click on them and see the picture that somebody's taken on that route. It's really good because if you'd have planned a route somewhere near your area, and we'll show you how to do that on the phone in a minute, as you zoom in and zoom in, very often people have taken pictures of places that you didn't know to be there, or tourist attractions you might want to go and have a look at. So if you wanted to do a ride out somewhere, you'd be able to do a ride out and take into account all of these lovely places you didn't know, so you could discover your own area, couldn't you?
Yep.
So looking round the route, it's giving you all of these markers, and all of these markers are listed down the right hand side, and they tell you exactly where they are. So I can also click on one of them and change it, so I can change it to oh, something's happened there.
We're now in Austria. Well, in actual fact, we were in Cornwall when we started.
Yeah, so I can change it to the fastest route. I can change it to the fastest route with no highways, a windy route, which it was on, or as Calimoto has, a twisty route.
Ah.
So depending on what sort of trip you want, you can set it up either straight there, really quick there with no highways, a bit of a twisty route, or a windy route, or a really, really twisty route. So it will work all of that out for you and change in real time all of this stuff here. Now when you've got it there and you save your trip, you can save it as something else, or you can just save it as a new route, or just save over the top. So that's now saved that route, and that will be synced up with my phone. So if I now want to follow that route on my phone, all I've got to do is start the phone up, select the route, put it on the bike, and off I go.
And you can also share it.
And you can also share it
with other people.
With a link, and people can see it, which is really good. So you can search for addresses down here. You can ask it to centralise you, but I don't want to show you exactly where we are at the moment, because we could be anywhere in the world, couldn't we? It's quite exciting.
I've just realised what you're doing.
What?
You're recording that screen. I'm thinking, how's he going to do this so everyone can see that?
I know, I'm recording the screen.
That's amazing.
I know.
Because I'm really impressed by stuff like that. Because that's, wow, you'd have been burnt as a witch 400 years ago for that.
So you can zoom in, zoom out of the map. So this works anywhere around the world as far as I know. Certainly in Europe you're not going to have an issue. And you can zoom right in, zoom right out. You can also, I think...
Oh hey, I'm feeling a bit seasick.
I'm not sure whether you can drag them.
Yeah,
so you can drag your route and put that marker somewhere else. And you see that it's recalculated that really quickly. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to undo that because I don't want to mess that one up, and it puts it back. You've also got an option to reverse the route, because when you set it up on your app, you can do clockwise or anti-clockwise. So you can mix it up a little bit and go the other way. Or you can reset the whole thing. And then you hit this thing and there's a whole load of stuff that pops up here. So you can, let's have a look at this one. Look for biker stops, mountain passes, twisty highlights, gas stations, motorcycle shops, biker hotels. Is that so I can put my 1250 GSA in a nice double bed?
In a hotel, I'm sure you can.
Yeah.
There will be special places for that.
Campsites, restaurants, ice cream shops, interestingly, banks, and tourist attractions.
Why would you have an ice cream shop there?
So I've clicked tourist attractions and see all these dots that have popped up. So if we now zoom in to our route, a couple of them have popped up. They're not on the route because our route isn't really passing places that people would have taken pictures, because Truro with the cathedral and stuff, but it shows you up a whole new load of stuff, but it also tells you where they are. And you can create a waypoint, a via point. So if you decided actually, if you decided actually I want to go there and set as a start point or a via point or set as a destination, you can. How cool is that?
That's pretty cool.
It's really quite good, isn't it? There are other layers on here, so let's have a look at petrol stations. So that's always a good one, isn't it? So petrol stations, see the petrol stations pop up there, and when you click on it, it tells you Texaco, set as a start, via point, destination, save as a favourite. So all those options are there, like like TomTom and Garmin, all in one easy read thing. But then you have map settings. So default is like you're seeing here. Then you can go to terrain if you wanted to and see how it's changed the topography. If I zoom in, it's changed so that it looks, it's almost like a soft fluffy cloud, isn't it? But it's not.
It's like the topography of Cornwall.
Or the topography of Cornwall. So you know when you're going up and down
valleys
hills.
and cliffs and things.
Yeah. And if you go to satellite, it will give you a satellite view, much the same as Google Maps, isn't it? But
you must be using Google Maps as
API or so. I mean, it says it's OpenStreetMap, so I don't know how they're working it. But let's take those photos off the route, see that they come off, and it's all real time. It's really quick.
Yeah.
What about rain radar?
What?
I know. So this is now running through, as you can see this clock here, running through what the route is going to be like weather-wise here. We've got a rain front coming across, and I dare say if we zoomed right out it would show us much better how that weather is going to affect when we want to go.
Look at that big rascal coming in there, look.
Yeah, tomorrow at 1300. Wow.
I better be away from here by then.
So you can plan a lot of the stuff that you're doing much the same as you can with TomTom and Garmin on their units, but you can do that all in the comfort of your own home as well as on the app.
That's pretty cool,
which I think is really good. Up at the top, the other thing about this is very social. So you can go on to rides and set your filter distance. So say you wanted to do a ride for that amount. It doesn't actually show. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Because you got, oh, there you are. So let's go down to 170k, and we're going to filter and say we want a winding road next to the coast. Depending on where you are or where you plan to be, all these routes pop up. These are the routes that people have done, and they've shared for people to be able to follow and be able to do themselves with pictures. So it's a really social platform.
There was another app that's been around for a long time called Best Biking Roads, which you could do something similar to that.
I've never heard of it.
Thousands of rides in your area. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And they're all put in by people, so it's obviously a thing that's going to grow the more it's get used.
And you can also select the region. So let's just research Cornwall. See if there's anything in Cornwall. Cornwall, United Kingdom. So there you go. So our ride in Cornwall, when we've done it, you can then share it so that anybody can run that ride.
Everybody else can get lost as well.
Yeah, but it's a really good way of, if you're at home and you want to explore your local area, you've moved to a new area and you want just to ride out this something different, or you're on holiday and you want to explore it on your bike or a car, I guess, you can use this sort of sharing platform to find out what sort of routes you can do.
So it's interesting to look at that road that one of them's taken there, and it's only used main roads.
Which one's that?
That one there. Which in Cornwall's quite boring, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're busy roads as well.
But people like taking pictures, so you know, and you can see the pictures down here that they've taken. Land's End, Mouse. Was that Mousehole?
Mousehole.
Yeah, Mousehole. Land's
Pronounced
End.
Spelt mouse hole.
Yeah, very strange in Cornwall, isn't it? Then you can use their blog, various things in there. I haven't really played around with that too much, but there's lots of information about different stuff people have found about when they're riding, what works best for them, what routes are good. There's always help on hand, so you can find out various help and loads of information about how expensive it is. Now let's have a look at the expense, because
everything costs money.
Everything costs money. So you can have a basic package for free, so you can use it for free. It syncs to your app on your phone for free. But what you can't do is you can't use really windy roads, and you can't do specific things out of your country and stuff. So it's really basic one. Full package, it's €99.99, single payment. Now they don't say whether it's yearly on there. It's a single payment.
Wow. That works out at the current rate. That's about 85 quid, £85 in Great British money.
Yeah. So we might be right or we might be wrong there, but it's €99.99, and it says single payment. It doesn't say a recurring annual.
Okay.
Or you can have a weekly membership. So say you just wanted to try it out and you wanted all the features. You could spend $6.99, try it out for a week. If you liked it, then pay the single payment. Or you can pay on a yearly basis, €49.99. So it's up to you whether you like it or not as to which package you do. But that's quite versatile.
So 49 for a year, or 99
forever.
Forever.
By the looks of it.
It looks like.
Yeah. It. So I'd go for the 99 forever, because it gives you the option of, if your sat-nav goes wrong and you're relying on that and you've got this, all good, isn't it?
So one of the things I'm looking forward to trying to understand is, it's going to be a drain on a battery, isn't it? Because your phone's got to be on all the time. So you need to be able to plug your phone in on your bike while you're doing that. Some people might not have the option as on a BMW unless you've got a USB thing on. You've got to have that stupid extended DIN fitting. That's just be a nightmare. So,
but
interesting.
Those USB into the normal power socket adapters, I don't know what the power they're not converters, are they? Into the power socket or the power outlet on your bike.
Well, I've changed mine.
You can buy them for pence, can't you?
Well, I think it was really cheap. But I changed mine to 2 USBs from the original cigarette lighter type one.
So you can USB it in. Now, lots of people use that sort of method when they go touring. I don't tend to use Calimoto and those sort of apps all the time when I'm touring, because having the phone on your handlebars in direct sunlight, I've had people away on tours before, friends on tour, been down in Innsbruck, 30 something degrees, and his phone's overheated. So
Innsbruck.
Innsbruck. What did I say?
Innsbruck.
Innsbruck.
You're a tour guide.
Oh gosh. Hey, there's been
Istanbul.
There's been COVID, you know.
I know.
Yeah. So when we were over there,
You have
his
to lift
phone.
your glasses up to say that then.
Yeah.
There's been COVID.
But it overheated, so we then had to wait. Now, lots of phones are a lot better at achieve, you know, all the heat stuff, but just think about that when you're riding it. So that is the online stuff. So shall we look at getting your route onto this app?
I think we should.
And then we can show, well, you can have a look and see how it follows the routes that we normally set.
Yep.
Because what we've done is we've used the exact GPX route for
the tour.
The tour that Mark's doing. Where are you going?
The Austrian and Swiss Alps for 10 days.
Very nice. So we've used all of those, but you're going to try them on a day and just see what they're like.
Yep.
We haven't changed anything about it, so we usually use My Route app to plan for Magellan. And that enables us to export in various different things for different people. But we've just imported that GPX straight into here, haven't we? So
it'll be interesting to see how well it matches up.
Yeah. So got Austria day 1. We're going to put in, and we'll do the rest of it later. So it imports it, and there it is. That is your route.
Wow.
Now, the one thing that I found with this online portal is it's a little bit clunky until you get used to it, because you end up clicking around different places, don't you, before you realise exactly how it works. But what you always need to do is save it, and save it as something. So what are we going to call this, Mark?
Well, it's called day 1, isn't it?
Austria day 1 2022, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's save it before we do anything else. So that is saved, it's locked in. So let's just zoom in and have a look.
Instantly, the difference I can see is that on the GPX route for the tour,
Yeah.
there are very few waypoints.
Yeah.
There are points where you make turnings in road, but they're not necessarily waypoints. It looks to me like every turning has a waypoint right there.
Well, and even on the straight line,
Oh, yeah.
it seems to have put waypoints in to keep you on those little roads.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting, because when we go and set our routes for Magellan, we make sure that they cross-pollinate from Garmin to TomTom, and they don't deviate too much. But we can overlay different things in there to make sure that you're on the right route. So everybody should be on the right route.
Yeah.
Whereas this one is putting so many different waypoints in, and yet where you would think they should have a waypoint
On the bendy bit, there's none.
there isn't one. So it'd be really interesting to see what sort of route and whether that follows along the same as the other ones. Pardon?
What's that big place there? Is it
It's
Reims?
a big place. Arras.
Arras. Ah.
Yeah, but we've got the petrol stations on there. Now I did put on here photos along the route, but it's not showing many photos along the route, even when we zoom in. So you could be the first person, Mark. Let's take this.
Probably not going to
Oh,
happen.
wrong one. Let's take the petrol stations off.
I'd like to think.
Oh, no,
Oh
let's
God.
turn them off. I just turn them
I'd
off.
like to. I did turn them off.
Ah, there we go.
You're asking the wrong person.
Right. So there doesn't seem to be any pictures. There doesn't seem to be any pictures along that route.
No.
Which is quite strange. So you could be the first person, Mark.
Maybe it's because we've exported. It's a GPX file that we've exported.
Oh, we've imported it.
Imported, sorry, into
Yeah.
it.
So
Who knows?
we've already saved that. So that's the online stuff. So we're all ready to go, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to open on my phone Calimoto. So let's have a look at Calimoto. So Calimoto opens up, and you can see that it's much the same sort of thing, although the colours of the buttons are different. Everything's red online, and yet it's blue on the app, which is quite strange. I don't know what that REC, that recording is there. I think it's because you can actually record your ride,
Okay.
like a track type thing. But let's start down to the bottom. So you've got your tours on the bottom left, and as you can see, I've got none shared with me, none ridden so far, none bookmarked. And I'll scroll down, and I've got
all
various...
all the ones that were on the website.
Yeah, near my location, so it knows where you are. It uses all of the GPS. But up here, we've got planned. And there is our Austria day one. We've not had to load it on the phone. We've done it all online. Really simple. So if I want to start that one, all I got to do is click on it. Click on it again, it will tell us exactly what we've got set. So tourist mountain passes, we can set those on here as well, so it's not just online that you can have that appear on the map and give you those points of reference.
When I do the tour on it, I will just leave it as it is to see how it matches up, because on the tours that we do, it's already set up for twisty roads and things like that.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see if he just goes, oh, that's the file then, brilliant.
Yeah. So then if you scroll down a little bit, it says you can hide via points as well.
Oh, okay.
So it starts from Boulevard do something. I don't really want to click on it because I don't know what it's going to... Well, let's click on it.
It shows you where it is.
Okay. So it just shows you where it is.
Somewhere.
I think it... Oh, you can remove it. So let's go back. Right, so you can click on it, it'll take you to it. So presumably what you can do then is you can delve in and move it and change it about. And that's got all of those waypoints on it. So you can actually get rid of them. Remove it, start a round trip there. So say you got somewhere and you thought, I've done in for the day, I don't want to carry on anymore towards the hotel or towards a final destination. You can say, let's have a round trip.
And I have used it to set up a round trip when I've been out with an associate, just to see how that works. And you set how many miles you want to ride, again, all the different parameters, curvy, twisty, whatever it might be. And it does quite well. It actually does quite well.
So it also gives you the miles, how long it's going to take, and presumably that's how many, turns I would have thought, isn't it? Well, no, there's 44 of them on there. So I wonder what that is.
Don't know. That's the 45th waypoint.
Yeah, but it's got number 15 on there.
Don't know. You just clicked on something before, didn't you?
Yeah, it's very strange. But you can search for different locations, start different things and all sorts of stuff. So then you've got your profile. Your profile gives you access to loads of other stuff.
Tell me what's interesting about that. How many bike apps do you go on, mapping apps for motorcycles? And they always have that thing saying about the police, how many police are there? Well, I always think that's a pointless thing, as we're all about safety.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if there's a policeman there if you're not breaking the law, does it?
No. So
get off your box, Mark. Well, you're in the sea now.
In the sea. Right. So when you come into the app, the other things that I like about this is let's search around. Where should we search around?
Manchester.
So say we were staying in Manchester, we're going to go to that one because it's miles away from us. It puts a pin in there. We can set it as a via point or set it as a destination. And if we scroll up, we can start the rider or ride here, search the web for other things, but we can also do this, start a round trip.
That's what I use.
Now, the good thing about the round trip is you can plan a round trip, and this 30, I think, is down to miles.
It is.
So you can say, I want a trip of 150 miles, starting from Lloyd Street in Manchester. I want it winding. Let's put Twisty in. Let's show on the map. And there we have it.
That is an amazing route, actually.
It does look very twisty, actually, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does, but you can also go in and adjust it. So you can say, actually, that's a bit long, actually. I've not got that amount of time. I'm going to the dentist and I need to sort out a 90 mile. Show on map. It's that quick. And see that we've gone from over here on the left-hand side of Manchester. Now we're near Wakefield and Sheffield.
Wow.
How cool is that?
It's a really nice riding area around there as well.
It's really good. So you can start the navigation, or we can go to recalculate, and let's just have a look at a random tour around Manchester. Random tour. So I don't think there's ever an option for you to be, I'm on my bike, I don't know where to go, there's no route, I want to discover some different stuff. Using an app like this has got something, I think, more over than TomTom and Garmin. They might do their stuff, but you can plan it all on your phone whilst having a cup of coffee, rather than taking a big unit off. You can then just chuck it on your bike and just go for a ride and just follow it.
Or with Garmin you could use Basecamp.
Now you're swearing. So
why would you use that?
I've pressed start, so it's calculating that we need to go from here, and right,
that'll be a long way.
Start. I'm going to tick that. Now it talks to you. So
you got to turn it off.
Some people like it, so it talks to you. So you can have this connected to your
Bluetooth.
Your Bluetooth headset. You can follow around. So if you stop, you can have a look. You can take a picture. Brilliant. I'm not going to allow it because I don't want to take a picture here. Cancel that. So that's how it puts those pictures on the map. You can centralize yourself. Turn the volume off and on, zoom in, zoom out.
How do you turn the volume off? That speaker?
Yeah, just a little speaker down there.
Right off.
Tells you how long you've got remaining in hours, what time you're going to arrive. Now bear in mind we've put in from Manchester, we're going to be there at 4:08 in the evening, and we're looking at this.
In the evening?
In the morning. We're looking at this at 5 in the evening. But
follow the road for about 2.4 miles.
Okay. It's just said follow the road. You know, how rude. But you can plan your stuff, and it's really simple. So if you have it on a
turn as well,
landscape, it works, as well as portrait, which gives you really clear turn right here, turn left there, go straight on over at the roundabout.
How far away the turn
really, really good. And then you've got a little option here saying skip the next waypoint, avoid road closures. Save a highlight if you really like that road. Find the nearest petrol station. Look for petrol stations. Add a restaurant. Add a biker meetup. How cool is that? And they that would presumably, when you share it, then add to the database of all the social stuff. So you're going to go and you're going to have a look and see how this performs against our bog standard base stuff that we use all the time.
Yep. I am going to turn the voice off.
Really?
Oh, I just cannot bear. Because it cuts the music out. I listen to music all the time when I'm riding, but it cuts the music out and then you go, oh. I pulled up behind a bloke once on a tour, and he was having an argument. And so I sort of pulled up behind him, and then he set off. When we got to the coffee stop, I said, oh, it's a bit heated on the phone there, wasn't it? He went, I wasn't on the phone. So, well, you were having an argument with somebody. I was arguing with the GPS. And I was like, my God, why would you argue with a voice on a machine like that? But he was serious. He'd been arguing with it. I stood there for about 2 minutes.
It's not right, is it?
Not right at all. So, next part of this little video then will be me somewhere on the Austrian-Swiss Alps tour, Alpine Altitude 2022. Doing that. So
get off, get a broad mark, get riding,
go away.
Send us back your features.
Because there's no photographs on that anyway. Right, so, bit of a strange video, but you know, it is what it is. If you like this one, give us a thumbs up.
Just like that.
And we'll see you when you get back from the tour.
Yeah, lucky thing.